Having finished the case by now, I'm going to give my pre-case spoiler report, and this one is a little bit more involved than usual, because this case features the long-awaited return of a character from the original trilogy, Maya Fey. Now, knowledge of their role in the original trilogy is not necessarily needed to fully understand this case. I say necessarily because there's an example later on where it kind of helps dramatically, but really, if you know the character from earlier games, a lot of the dialogue and a lot of in-jokes to some of the earlier things, some of the in-jokes towards their role and how much they've matured since then, you'll definitely get a lot more of those. Also, this is the first time that Phoenix is going to be interacting with Emma in this game, and so that has a few callbacks to the original games as well, namely a certain thing about Phoenix that happened in Apollo Justice, though it should be fairly obvious by this point, and that's such an early reveal in Apollo Justice, it's not really a spoiler. I will just say, though, there are two fairly major plot developments in this case that are pretty much built on things established in earlier games. Now, the first one isn't so much relevant to this case itself, but to the backstory of this entire game itself, it really is. And it's a pretty significant thing for a certain character. It doesn't so much involve things in earlier games as it does fill in holes in backstory established in earlier games. It's really hard for me to talk about exactly what this is without spoiling things though, but anyway, let's just say that I do reference a few developments in earlier games when I get to that reveal, because it's a little hard for me not to, but I don't give away any explicit spoilers. Now, then we come to the second thing, and this one's actually quite big. A pretty significant twist in this case is a lot more understandable if you've played earlier games in the series. I really don't want to spoil what this is, though, because it is honestly one of my favourite moments in the case, and it is really amazing when it happens. All the information that you need to understand this twist is given to you, and it is definitely foreshadowed, but you might find yourself a little bit confused if you don't know about a certain thing that is established as being able to happen in earlier games. That's all I'll say for now. So, getting to this case, and oh yeah, believe me, this is my favourite case in this game so far, so you're in for a real treat this time. One final note before I begin the case. My sister was actually over at the time I recorded this, so she'll be making occasional special guest appearances in these videos, though she left just before the final trial. Before we get started with this case, I just want to say that, as of the point I'm recording this, spoiler music has started appearing in related videos on YouTube for me. Thankfully, I'm good at not looking at the names, so I have not seen any direct spoilers from that. I did see the name of Mr. Rios' theme, so I'm so glad that I didn't see that until I finished playing Case 2, otherwise that would have really spoiled things for me. But I found a solution. I went into YouTube and I cleared my search history and my watch history, and now they're not showing up, so that's good, no risk of spoilers there. But without further ado, time to start the Wright Turnabout. Now, I just want to say, I may have a bit of a special guest appearance in a few points towards the start of this case, mainly because, well, my sister's a pretty big fan of Maya and she happens to be around at this point, so I thought that I could have her along for the beginning of this case. So, let's start from the beginning, because there's no other place we can start from at this point. And let's begin. I wonder what the intro is going to be this time.
Wakey wakey, 201. Got some more questions. Sound the alarm! Prisoner 201's escaped!
Well, you know, with Dad's back on the streets, things will be on the up and up for us.
Keep your voice down. You want that rebel hunter to find us or something?
Come on. We're small fries compared to... Huh?
Well, of all the things I expected for this case's intro, that was not it in the slightest! Okay then, so... Wow. The Rebel subplot is kicking in full force. That was really, really unexpected. Yeah. Special guest commentator, you have anything you want to say about that?
Well, it was pretty cool. Some interesting rebellion stuff going on, maybe hints to revolutionary activity. Yeah, I think it was pretty good.
Right then, let's just get on with it. Yeah, Rebel Hunter was abound, stabbing people. Yeah, just another fine day here. Oh, I love ironic lines like this. So, I guess it's 2 weeks since the first trial. So, probably the second week, the beginning of the second week was when... Well, the first week was when Case 2 happened, back in Japanifornia. Anyway. Meanwhile, flashbacks. Man, we're probably not going to be seeing him again for the rest of the game, thankfully. Very thankfully. We're definitely going to be seeing her more, though, and I'm kind of looking forward to it, because I want to see how her character develops for the rest of the game. Hey, yeah! So yeah. What do you need me to do? Finally explaining why she's been absent for so many games. And of course, this is going to go horribly wrong and she'll get accused of murder because that's just what happens. Oh, it's him. And we have the Happy Witness theme. Happiraki, I'll be... At least, it's not like Hajime Mashite, which is only for when you're meeting someone for the first time, which a lot of people screw up. Oh, hey, I guess he's... Wow, he's staying in the temple, that's cool. You'd expect. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I have a feeling that's definitely, 1, important, and 2, gonna be the reason for a murder. She's probably involved in it too. Didn't she tell you? She's gonna be the defendant. Well, that's for later. Ah. Who's Lady Kira? Huh. Well, you know, if my theory is correct, she's not technically a foreigner, because, let's be honest, the Kingdom of Khurain is obviously connected to Khurain Village, where Maya's from, so she probably has some blood from here in her veins. It's kind of amazing that Maya's gone from being the typical young assistant to actually being an object of such reverence here. Ah. No, you were just going old back again. Yeah, I guess so. He's gonna bring out a bun, isn't he? Okay. Oh, he's brought out a book, okay. I have a feeling this is going to be evidence, and it's going to be important. You know, considering that His Love and Understanding's not from here, that's probably... Oh, that's Maya's. Okay. Oh, so obviously this is going to be important. So let me read this now. That's a bit small, but I guess we'll find out more about this later. Well, this is 4 pages. Purification Rite is a 3-part ceremony held where the moon is directly at the summit of Mount Poniponi. Oh, that's what Sadmahi mentioned before. Begins with the Transformation Rite. The High Priest reads scripture while a priestess dons the robes of Lady Kira, which have been purified with incense. That's probably also important. Next is the Rite of Water, in which the priestess enters the spring just as Lady Kira. Then the incense obviously gets washed off all the robes, so what's the point of putting it on there? And the High Priest purifies both Lady Kira and her dagger, which totally is not going to be used to murder someone. The ceremony ends with the Rite of Fire, in which the priestess circles the sacred flames to purify her soul and hopefully not die. The two then devote themselves to prayers until the last rite comes to a close 2 days later at noontime. All things a fancy way for... Maya wrote that last part herself, didn't she? It sounds like something that she'd say. I'm pretty sure that's not part of the original guide. Well, considering she probably wrote that last bit. Oh, and we're probably all gonna get lightheaded. So, time for... And we can present random stuff to him! This is probably gonna provoke a not so... Okay, he actually likes it. That's very surprising. Sunflower. Ah. Yes, clearly I don't know anything about this and we'll have to make something up. Anyway. Can we talk about stuff? This is probably just the general tips here. What? And also not getting killed by revolutionaries, because that would be bad. Especially considering that he almost got the death penalty as well. Yeah, so Albie likes to explain things and go on a lot. For those who haven't realized by now. I wonder if I can examine stuff. And then wonder what this pool is, actually. It looks a lot like the Pool of Souls. Okay, so it's obviously... And you're going to, Yes. Walking in there summons the vengeful spirit of someone from an earlier game who must not be named. Oh, we can look at the stuff in the distance. Yeah, kinda sorry that I'm stalling, but I like to check random stuff. There are often hilarious conversations that you can get out of it. Oh, those are the training halls, okay. Similar to the kind of area that was the crime scene of the first case, I think. What about standing on hot coals? It's a really good thing Pearl's not here, because there are lots of things that she could suggest Phoenix and Maya do here. In that case, yeah, let's be thankful. Okay. Now, I think we should probably start moving. The Plaza of Devotion. Now, why do I get the feeling this is going to be a full-on... Oh, okay, wow, that's cool. That is actually pretty... Then we get the normal crime theme here, which is really cool. Yeah, this definitely does seem to have that Tibetan influence in it. And cold. Okay, so the Inner Sanctum is probably where... And that, yeah, does look semi-Japanese as well. So there are a lot of different influences here. But, like... Well, apart from Peace, Love, and Understanding, who only did that just to steal stuff. At least from what we know. That's a long time. Oh, okay, interesting. I think those might be a real thing? Actually, my sister's telling me they are. Have you seen them? Yeah. Because I've heard of, like, those, like, little slips, you put at shrines, but I haven't actually seen the flags before. Okay. They say Maya's gonna be here any minute now. Oh, I think I know who this is. I think I know who this is.
How do you fare, Mr. Wright? It's been many a day.
And, who might you be? Maya?
Yay! It's been so many games.
Yes, it has been many games. Hey, Maya knows the greeting, that's awesome.
Why isn't she calling him Nick? That's just weird.
There we go! Oh, and music, and theme music. If you want to hear it.
So many feels.
Yeah, so she is exploding at this point, and I kind of am too. And obligatory recap. Korean village, which is probably going to be important later. Yes, and then she wasn't, and then people got sad. Not that, like, you know, the other characters aren't as good though, but I mean, Maya's always been awesome. I wonder if this is ever going to come into play here. Like, admittedly, it never gets used all that much, because in some ways it's kind of cheating. Like, if it didn't have limitations on it, you could always just... Okay, I would say that she's exaggerating, but she's really not. Yeah, she's actually in training to be the master. And hopefully no one's going to be trying to kill her over it this time. Yeah, so this would be where the technique originated, which makes sense. Yeah. Okay, so what happens if we present her the attorney badge? Did she know about... Yeah, she... Oh, mention that. I wonder if she has anything to say about this. Ah, it's a shame we don't have more evidence to show her. Oh, wow! Okay, that is awesome. Yeah, so far she's basically, she basically seemed, like, her dialogue seems very similar to pretty much the kind of dialogue she had originally. That's definitely a good sign. Yeah, well, that's a feature of protagonists in this series. He says that like it's a good thing. Yay, I was the accused! Pretty much, except it was against Pain, so not really. Although it did have quite a few twists and turns. Yeah. And the prosecutor was pushing for the death penalty for a 9-year-old boy, which is pretty horrible. But other than that, it went alright. Yeah, the Smikisp. Yeah. At least it doesn't anagram to Sparta, but anyway. Yeah, and unfortunately, that's probably gonna go horribly wrong, as we all know. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I knew the High Priest's wife was a character, but I didn't know she was pregnant. Interesting. Huh. Okay, so, current crazy theory, the High Priest, who I know from pre-release materials is going to be the victim here, the High Priest actually set this whole thing up to try and get rid of Maya somehow. Yeah, well, obviously they're going to. That's the problem. So, what about this Lady Kira? I'm sure she's going to be important. And we get a theme song here. Similar to the music that was playing in the opening movie. Ooh. Yeah, it is the one from the opening movie. Huh, who does that sound like? Yeah, exactly. The music sounds a bit Steel Samurai-ish, actually. Well, yeah, as long as that dagger's not being used to kill revolutionaries, as it looked like back there. If Lady Kira's on the side of justice, why is someone using that outfit to... Yeah, they said there's been an increase in tourists. That's probably important. Oh, yeah, the opening movie pretty much spoiled that. Yeah. Who is this? Yeah, and we're still wondering whether Dirk is actually gonna be good or bad. I don't think... No. We saw clearly in the first case that Dirk is still out there somewhere. But we don't know who that prisoner 20-something is. Yeah, also... Yeah, exactly why she's doing this, and that's probably going to be key to this case, I think. Yeah, that's pretty obviously someone dressed up as her. Going back about 2 years, that's probably also important. This is the first picture of her to ever be taken. Okay, I've got to look at this really closely. Anything here that could become important later? There's like a teacup on the table. We can't really get much of a lead on who they could be. Like a cosplayer. Well, sort of. Yeah, but it looks like this cosplayer is too. So, there's a cosplayer going around who's stabbing people. That's an interesting plot. Huh. Well, in this country, it could happen. Has Maya met Apollo now that I think about it? You can never leave his hair out of this. Ah. I guess so, yeah. Yeah. Alright, obviously this is going to be important. Though it looks like we don't have a translation. Let me just check this. Oh, okay, we do have a translation. Like that appeared 2 years ago, remains a mystery. Sometimes the series, some rumors of verification, right? Thick white ice. Okay. That's interesting. Police are asking the kingdom's suspects such as to be looking for a male insurgent. Okay, so they're male and interesting. Yeah, that's... Oh, I just realized that Lady Kira is like killer, and yeah, possibly a Death Note reference as well. So, okay.
Oh, because the Lady Curious been started for the past 2 years, and Maya's been here for 2 years of training.
Yeah! Although I'm pretty sure she's just trolling here.
I was gonna say yes. I
She's
agree.
clearly just trolling here. But, unless...
No. Very true.
Yeah. Which was the part where I was in one of the earlier games where examining this random piece of evidence and I was like, hey, whack, and whacks it on his head for no apparent reason. So, I wonder if, it's clearly not Maya, but about that year thing that you mentioned, I wonder if for the trial someone's going to try and frame Maya for the whole vigilantism thing. Make it look like Maya's been that one all along. Okay. Oh, he probably wears bells on his... Okay, that's also probably going to be important. So much stuff here that I'm going to need to remember for later. I probably should have investigated the praying people as well, but... Pretty much, yeah. Ah! Oh no. So, I don't know if many people know this, but I have a bit of a weird history. There's a character in Fire Emblem called Zealot, and I really hate him, so that's kind of bad. Acolyte Zealot? Oh no! It's the one with the bad growth rates! Huh. Abbott in me. Ha, of course, Zealot is going to be important later, of course. Oh, interesting. Are they going to do the right here? Or not? I think it happens in the Inner Sanctum. Because it would make for a more effective locked room mystery if it happened there. Yeah. Or they're using that one. So it would be kind of hard to cover up any, wouldn't so much say bloodstains, but like dirt stains or things like that. Yeah. I remember once I was in Japan, I actually... Oh, there are the bells, yeah. Once I was in Japan, I actually did see, like, a kind of a ritual being performed in one of the temples, and a lot of us were taking photos of it until someone actually came up and said we're not supposed to take photos of it, and we were like, ah, damn it! I felt really bad for that. Oh, okay. Can we still watch like that? And then I fall over. Are you trolling? Please tell me you're trolling. Please tell me that you're trolling. I think he has died of trolling.
Aww.
Well, that clearly did not end well. Huh. Where's this? Why are we here?
Oh dear.
The Phoenix clearly doesn't get enough exercise. Wow, okay. Unless he passed out...
Of course.
Well, that was kind of sudden. But... at least that happened somewhat quickly, but still. Unless... no, there's no way someone could have deliberately knocked him out so he didn't see anything that happened. So, I already know who him is, but can you take a guess?
I think you mentioned before that it's the High Priest.
Yeah.
Oh, poor Maya.
So this is how many times now? Like, I don't want to say the exact number because I don't want to give early game spoilers, but let's just say it's happened quite a lot. Even more if you count the Layton crossover. What are you doing here? I guess she's working directly under Sudmahi now, who I know is the prosecutor for this case. Well, at least Emma is pretty much on our side. So... as much as Sadmati likes to stop her from helping us... yeah, I guess that would make sense. Yeah, I thought so. Oh wow, we're getting interesting, suspicious-sounding Korean music. Let me see if we have a... no, we do not have a profile on him. Okay, so Maya's 28 now. Emma... oh yeah, Emma is young. Yeah, she was like a year younger than Maya. That makes sense. I keep forgetting that Emma and Maya are around the same age. So this music's kind of cool. Yeah, obviously that was going to happen. Ah! Trust in me. Do you get that?
Trust in me?
Yep.
It's the snake from Jungle Book.
Yeah. Oh wow, he was out for a long time.
Oh dear. Oh, Phoenix.
Well, considering Phoenix got hit by a okay, so seriously, so... actually, I probably shouldn't be discussing early game spoilers, but there's a lot that I could say here, but... will kind of be spoilers. Of course, I knew it would happen in the Inner Sanctum. I know there's something, some other game where it's like the Inner Sanctum, but I don't know what it is. Oh, maybe someone was trying to release Lady Kira. So really high up the mountain. And I believe only people directly involved in the Wright is involved? Yeah, so this is kind of interesting because there's a lot of Buddhism references, but everyone kneeling like that and offering their prayers in a direction is kind of like Islam, so there seem to be a lot of different influences here. Just after they finish the prayer that you fainted in the middle of. Please don't say Maya. Why? Yeah, exactly. This is what I was thinking of. Locked room mystery. So, only those two were in there. This is going to be interesting. And a really steep mountain. And let me guess, no one was seen going up the stairway? Okay. That's not something that you'd do if you just murdered someone. Okay. Someone must have climbed the mountain somehow. Or someone was already in the temple.
Yeah.
I probably shouldn't be jumping to conclusions this early. Okay, so what do you think? Are we gonna defend Maya?
Yes, please. Yay!
Obviously, yeah. Well, it's a Phoenix Wright game. He has to take on horrible courts every second of his life. Yep, back here again. Well, at least the judge seems a lot more reasonable than the judge back home, which is really saying something. Yes. And defense lawyers, like, are considered guilty if their client is found guilty. You know, what happens if I know this is sounding like a weird thing, but what happens if I do this?
Oh, yeah.
Hey! Because I wasn't in the last game! Right, she finally did. Phoenix is... how much did Phoenix deal with Emma back in Apollo Justice? I forget. He hasn't really met her very much in this... after the time skip. That would not be a good thing. Wonder if she has anything to say about this. Nope. Yeah, I remember that one case. It was very, very long. Very long. And last time I didn't get a chance to examine the praying people, so I'm going to do that now. Yeah. The fact they gave him a name means that must be... Oh!
Oh. It's like a solid alibi.
Alternatively...
Unless someone is wearing his clothes and the actual him is hiding already in the other side.
Or he's dead, and is like someone slumped his body there and just...
That's a bit more morbid, but...
For some reason it reminds me of that old limerick, there once was a soldier named Ed Sir, who when called was always in bed, sir. Anyway.
How does the rest go?
Well, it turns out that he's dead.
Oh, well I assumed so.
Yeah, she would. She clearly would. Yeah, I wonder what these say, although we're probably not allowed to read them. Yeah, unfortunately that's one prayer that's never going to be answered. I'm sorry, Phoenix. There wouldn't be a series if you didn't constantly get dragged into trouble. Okay, so no one would probably think about breaking down that gate. Yeah. Yeah, they said no fingerprints. They didn't say anything about no luminol. So, technically speaking... Okay, so I'm pretty sure that's everything we can examine here. This is all probably pointless examinations, but we may as well just look for funny conversations. Yeah, what is the long story? Okay, so we know about this. This was case 2, most likely. Really? Interesting. Yeah. So maybe next time he'll have one here, is what he's implying. I think this implies that Edgeworth never really goes anywhere with Gumshoe. Yeah. Of course he is. That guy. Oh, that's not good. Really? You know him? Oh, that's not good. Oh, yeah, that's really not good. Yeah. And everyone's gonna be against you even more. Yeah, he kind of is. But, he can also be a bit of a jerk sometimes. This is gonna be hard for Emma, because her testimony could get Phoenix convicted here. Definitely, yeah, I remember that. Huh. No, she's not saying it as directly as Gumshoe did in Investigations 2. I'm really good at leaking investigation reports to defense attorneys. I love that line. That is probably one of my favorite lines in that game. Ah, autopsy report, I'm guessing? Which means it's probably going to get updated later. And they're still vague about the weapon type. Oh, that's not good. Let me just check the autopsy report just to see if there's
Do you
anything.
reckon the murder weapon was the dagger?
Probably. Probably Lady Kira went up and daggered him, maybe? And maybe got sneak attack damage, and yeah, anyway. But May 10th, 2 AM to 3 AM. Well, that's early in the morning. Cause of death, deep abdominal wound caused by a bladed weapon. Was to have been inflicted by the
There you go.
Warbard dagger used by the Wright. Yeah, okay, so they do know details on the weapon, probably. The question is, wearing that costume gives a lot of anonymity, so
There we go.
it's like Warbird, maybe? I don't know. Yeah. Maya. Yeah. So that would imply that, again, why was the victim killed? Was he a rebel, or is there something more going on here? I'm thinking there's probably something really major going on. Okay. Yes, this place is off limits to civilians. I'm terribly sorry I didn't know. If I see one, I will inform you immediately. I hope I haven't already made that joke. Well, I don't think they're concerned about mounting a viable defense here, but anyway. Oh, later. Okay, good. But I thought she was going to say now, and in that case, we'd probably get a cut, and then it'd cut back, and she'd be like, they say no. Wait, if you're not coming with us, then... then how can we test for, like, fingerprints and luminol? Yeah. Wow. Hmm. Interesting. Oh, I thought for a second the bell ringing that just there was not part of the soundtrack. It was actually something happening, but it was not. Anyway. Oh. We can go to the detention center. My guess is if we do this, this place has different music to the detention center back home. Yeah, of course, still in questioning. I thought so. Yeah. Let's see what they say about Mr. Guardman here. There's always some random... Oh, I don't think that's... Oh, there's a bell there, though. Oh, don't... Yeah, probably not a good idea to provoke the guard like that. Okay, so I guess we need to go to the Inner Sanctum next.